Hi guys. Oh my gosh, I am echoey today. Let's let's not. Hey Jack plays. Welcome. Let me get rid of the echo. Jeez, I sound like I'm in an echo chamber. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Okay, so now it's not as echoey. Oh gosh, I sounded like the voice of a god. Jeez. Um, yeah. Let me put it on some music because you guys, that way you guys are not like, oh my gosh, what is going, you know. So let me set up the music. uh, as you see, I did it with a different hairstyle today. I was like, I'm in the mood to just go for a I don't care look. So as you can see, I have a little tiny ponytail at the top. Oh, it never gets old. It never gets old. Let's get you guys some music. I still haven't updated the playlist because I'm like, oh my gosh. Let's see this, and then there. Oh, this is about to scream in my ears. Okay, good. And we're just gonna go and turn that on for you guys. Sorry if I'm not responding right now. I'm like trying to like set this up so you guys can hear it. Come on, media player. You know what you're supposed to do. Work. There we go. I'm gonna turn up media player and turn it down in my ears because damn is it loud. It's like vibrating my ear canals. There. All right, 10 is fine. I can do 10. But yeah. All right. So let's check on you guys. Finish my playlist with cool songs. Oh, that's good. Next time, add media share. The only reason why I stopped using media share is it kept on glitching out the streams. I literally, like, when I added media share, it kept on glitching it out where, like, the streams would end prematurely and lose signal because of it. And so I ended up using it. I stopped using it for the meantime, only because of that. Eventually I will bring media share back. It's just for now, like, that is really the big deal that's going on. But it happens. That's what happens. But yeah, today we are doing a writing stream. My schedule got very crazy. I was like, okay, I'm not doing an event, and then all of a sudden everything fell into the place to do an event, the event I wanted to, because I planned to film this outing for you guys. And I was like, oh, I was so sad I couldn't do it because I was like, oh man, you know, I'm not gonna get to go. It's gonna be too expensive and stuff like that. And then everything fell into place, and then everything dropped out at the last minute. And then I found out it was a glitch, and then it came back, which I was like, okay, this is weird. But yeah, so I'm gonna be going to an event on Friday. So that's why I had to change around the schedule. So we will do the viewer's choice vote. It's just not gonna be this week, obviously. It's gonna be next week. So you guys will still get your vote. It's just it got crazy this week. I've also started doing animations. So I started animation work. I am teaching myself like 2D animation and 3D animation. So pretty soon you might get some videos. I'm testing out a new format. So I'm gonna try new types of like videos on you guys to see, do you like this type of format? I don't mind doing more of it. And you guys wanted to see my little special interests, so I was like, oh, why not? Let's do that. So I'm going to be going and trying new types of videos. So I'm going to be trying like animating 2D style and 3D style, and I'm going to be trying out going and like doing something similar to what like Emmy Richu did with her collab cafe thing. So I'm gonna try something new with that, and we'll see how that goes. You know, if it doesn't go well, well, don't have to make another one of those videos. But if you guys love it, I will do it. I'm also tweaking the model because I'm gonna be debuting a new model, a new version of the model, like a complete new version. Don't worry, you'll still have this version of the model. It's just that I want to have one without my face, without the face mask, and one with the face mask. So I wanted to do something like that, so that way I have like one for when I'm like, oh, I want to be more expressive, I'm more enunciated, it's a little easier, more dynamic. And then I want to have another one where I'm like, okay, I don't feel like that. Let's have this one. So I plan to have both running at the same time. So I'm like, oh, yay. So I've been working on that. But it's been like difficult because it's like, okay, let's get everything going. Let's set this up. No mate. ZG, sorry. I took them all. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, so I'm working on doing some animation work, so stay tuned for that. I think the first video I'm gonna see, it's most likely gonna be a retail story, some of my retail stories, because I was like, you know what, why don't I start with that? Why don't I lead with one of my stories, because they tend to be crazier. So we're gonna be, you guys are gonna be getting that. I'm currently animating it as we speak, because I was working on it. My brothers lent me one of their smaller graphing tablets, because I have a bigger one, but the thing is that this one's a little easier for me to work off of, because it's like, it is a tablet where it has a screen, but it's closer to me, and I tend to like get my face very close to the screen, and like my hand very close to with the pen, and I tend to go and like manhandle the tablet, but in order to get something to look good. But yeah, I went through like 4 iterations of like the 2D version before I finally found something that was good. I did retail too. I quit after a month because of low pay. Nah, I did a lot of retail, and like retail, it's a thing, you know. It's a decent job for some people. It's just I went through hell, and so I was like, you know what? If I went through hell of like retail, working retail, might as well tell the stories, and then like you guys can like enjoy my suffering. You guys can enjoy my suffering of what I had to deal with for years. So I'm dealing with that. So I'm doing the first one, which is like early in my job history. It was one of my first jobs that I ever did. That was like a normal person job. Because I had a long career before I started working like retail. I had like a job for 7 years that I started out of middle school. So I worked pretty young. So I'm going to make Shelly a war criminal. Oh, just like all of my pets here. Jeffrey's a war criminal. Elmo's a war criminal. Like, we have Shelly. She will soon to be a war criminal. At some point, all of my characters, all my little stream pets, and all of my animals will eventually gang up and be an army for me. I will have an army of just sadistic pets. And then just one that loafs. And that would be Toby. Toby just loafs. So it's gonna be something funny and crazy. But yeah, I'm excited about the animation. I've been like doing it by hand, getting everything done, and I'm like, oh, it's hard. Don't get me wrong. It's good. It's hard because I'm not used to drawing tablets in this capacity. I'm used to using them for editing or something like, or sometimes for writing, but I'm not used to using them for drawing because I am used to like traditional media. So it's a bit of an adjustment because I'm getting used to the tools, getting used to what I'm able to do, and I'm getting more familiar with the Creator program that I already use for thumbnailing. So that's going to be even cooler because I'm going to find new features that I didn't know existed. And that's going to be fun. I found like a whole, like I was like, oh my gosh, the polygon tool. I could have used this a long time ago, but it is what it is. I live and I learn. So yeah. I also now have earrings, as you could see. I went and I've been going to Etsy shops and I found some Etsy shops that make like earrings and custom hair pieces, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to add it. So yes, I now have earrings and they look so cute. Like, look at them. They're just swinging. They're swinging with my head. I just love it. But yeah, so I am working on all of that in the background, and it's just like, hopefully everything works out. We're gonna have a shorter stream because, like I said, I'm gonna have to have my brothers drive me like early in the morning to go and take me to this event. So it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for it. I'm gonna be staying the night at like a stranger's house, so that's gonna be weird. But you know what? Fuck it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, and everybody's gonna love it, and I'm going to enjoy myself, and I'm gonna be drinking my mocktails, having fun, and you guys will get a video out of it, so you guys will get to come along with me in spirit. So you will get a video, because I'm planning on videotaping this whole place, and because I'm allowed to, so I'm like, yay, I'm gonna videotape the whole place, my whole journey over there, and it's gonna be so fun, because I'm like, well, might as well do it. There's no harm, there's no one stopping me from doing it, and I have a cell phone, might as well, you know. So I'm bringing like 2 backup chargers so I can keep my phone charged, and I'm clearing out the 5,000 pictures that I took during the movie shoots that I did. So I am like, so that way I can get rid of all of that. So I have space for the videos, because I'm going to be videotaping a lot, and then interspacing some animation. So that way you guys get like some fun moments, but I'm not like videotaping everything the whole time. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm so excited about it, and it's like, oh, it's so nice. I like going up to like tourist attractions and crazy places, and this place, it so happens to be like very new, so I'm excited for you guys to see my reaction to some things. The main thing is I have a game plan because I plan to drink all the mocktails at this place. I'm gonna be drinking all the mocktails. I want to try them all. So, because that's my thing. I'm not a alcoholic. I don't really care for alcohol, but I do love, like, a good mocktail. Like, a really good mocktail. And this place has, like, a large collection of them. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drink around the world, basically. I'm gonna drink around the world. I'm gonna have fun. And I'm gonna enjoy going and just trying everything. And, you know, visiting stuff and having fun. I might visit some weird tourist attractions as well. Yeah, they're pretty good. I'm not that person that is like, I don't like how I feel when I'm buzzed. I don't like the feeling. And so I never really cared. I can hold down my whiskey. I've drank whiskey before, moonshine. I've drank tequila before, beer. I've drank pretty much almost all of it. It's just not my cup of tea, to be honest. I kind of like, there's ways to make the same exact drink taste the same exact way, but not have the buzz. And I personally don't like the buzz. So that's why I'm getting mocktails. Yeah. I'm so excited about that. I'm like, ah. There's one that I was like looking into that I was like, ooh, that sounds like good, like grenadine and blood orange and like all of it. And like that alcohol-filled birthday I had, I was shit-faced for lack of better words. It happens. I've never been that way. Like, if there's one alcoholic beverage that I'll be okay with, is Prosecco. Prosecco's like fine. Like, I don't mind it. It's not too bad. Like, it's just like, it's not my thing, you know? Like, I could probably drink like something like vodka, but what's the point? I don't like the feeling. So, yeah, I prefer doing that. But caffeinated ones. One I want to go for one day is go to a coffee mocktail place one day. I want to go to a coffee mocktail place because coffee is a common mocktail that people do, where instead of mixing in alcohol, they'll mix in coffee into it, but they'll use like cherry extract, grenadine, and all the stuff that you would expect in a cocktail beverage. Oh my gosh, you fell off a mechanical bull? I've done that before. It's fun. I've actually have done mechanical bulls like 4 times? 4 times I think I've done it. I did at a friend's birthday party because they bought a mechanical bull to they brought out one for her, like her birthday party at like a ranch that she owned. She owned like a giant ranch, and she was like mechanical bull. And I've also done one at a place. I did one. There was like a zoo event at one point that did it, and then I remember there was another one at a bar. But yeah, I've done a couple of them. But yeah, I'm pretty good at it. I wouldn't say I'm the best at mechanical bull, but hey, I've like rode like horses and stuff like that, so it's not too crazy, to be honest. It's just like, it's like the whiplash that you have to watch out for. It's like, oh my gosh, you have to keep your center of gravity, and it's hard because your feet start slipping, and then your hands lose grip, and then you're like, oh, I'm flung across. You know, it happens. But yeah, so I've been working on all of that, and I'm just so excited for you guys to see the new improvements. It's sad because all you guys get to see is weird schedule changes and weird times when I'm posting, and and I feel bad because you guys are just like, you're just seeing all the weird parts of it, and you're not actually seeing what I'm doing in the background. I wish. And eventually you guys will see the labor of love that I've been working on for you guys, and I will be so happy when you guys get to see it. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's so fun. I'm just like, I'm utilizing a different different skills than I have used before. And it's open because I'm opening myself to animation. I feel more creatively driven than I have been in a while. So I feel more accustomed to making, like, I'm making a bunch of shorts, but through 3D animation, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just like, I feel more creatively driven, because I feel bad whenever I, like, make another announcement video, and it's not an actual fun video. It's just like, hey guys, you know, I just added this feature, and it's not really anything interesting. So I'm excited for you guys to actually have something cool to, like, watch and rewatch and have fun, you know, and some of my weird stories, because you guys tend to not, like, you'll hear the story and then you'll forget about the story, and then you'll hear the story again, and you get the same reaction every single time, every stream. And I'm like, I have to put these in a video so that way you guys can just replay that video. So I'm making those. But yeah, today on the docket we have 3 today, because we will be going through them the way that I intend to, but since we're still doing the first time of each one of these, I want to get a run through of each one at least once. So the ones we haven't done are Deathnote, Blue Exorcist, and Happy Wheels. By the way, I had to reevaluate the whole webcomic I started. Luckily, the chapters I made are still going to be made, but reshuffled them. Yeah, that just happens, you know. It happens with planning. You sometimes have to cut scenes that you work really hard on, or you really were loving. Sometimes you have to cut your darlings, because even though they are great, for one reason or another, you have to get rid of them, because it benefits the story as a whole. But yeah, I totally understand. But yeah, so we gotta do Deathnote, or Blue Exorcist, or Happy Wheels. I have been working on Deathnote and Blue Exorcist for a while now. I've been making sure that it's like we're caught up, like, to a decent degree. So we should be, like, pretty caught up for the most part. But it will be a short stream, so we're not gonna overdo it. So it's gonna be 2 hours. You want Happy Wheels? Jack plays. Okay. What about you, Audrey Samurai? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Do you want to do Happy Wheels? Or do you want to do Blue Exorcist or Deathnote? But yeah. But yeah, I've been working on Deathnote, and I have been working on Blue Exorcist to get it, like, a little more caught up than it was before, because it's been, like, hard. My computer's chugging for some reason. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is concerning. It's going it's giving me anxiety. But yeah, so we're gonna be working on that. But we're good. So I've been working on Deathnote. I rode up to where they're having that meeting, that G8 summit meeting. Like, I caught up to there, and then for Blue Exorcist, I wrote all the way up to the funeral. Like, I wrote to the funeral, and then I stopped. So I'm subbing in for ZG they had a long day and just got to their house. That's totally fine, you know. ZG will probably go and watch me later, for the most part. He might watch the stream later and see how I'm doing, because that's how it is. You guys sometimes will go and check on me and see how I'm doing after the fact, or check on it. And you'll probably tell him the awesome announcements later. But yeah. Yeah, let me see if there's any votes in the Twitch chat. The music is going hard. Like, why is the music going so hard today? Let me see. What the? I'll drink water. Well, I got soda. Oh my gosh, it is loud now. Okay, let me drink my little soda, because I'm trying to stay awake, because since my brother is going to be driving, I'm gonna go and sleep in the car. I'm not different from the rest. It was one of the first ones you watched in Cuba? Oh, that's nice. I started watching when I was in middle school. And I got really into it when I was in middle school. Then I got so busy with my job that I stopped watching anime after I finished Deathnote. And then sleeps for the week. Hey, I haven't slept for 3 days, so I am like very, very, you know, caffeinated, if you get what I mean. Yeah, I've got, at most, before I went live, I had like 3, like, no, not even. I would say like 30 minutes of sleep. That's it. In 3 days. 30 minutes of sleep. And I did that right before the stream, because I needed a nap. The electronic song played previous sounds like Final Fantasy. True. It's just electro rock. I wish there were more songs that are in the electro rock category, because I absolutely adore electro rock. Like, it's so good. Let's go, Mountcore. Yeah. But yeah, I really love electro rock, and I've actually recently, this is not electro rock, but I've been listening to Maisie Peters recently, because I was like, I really got into her song I Won the Breakup. I won the breakup. You lost the breakup. That's what's the name of it. You lost the breakup. And I really got into that song, and I really enjoyed it, because I was just like, oh my gosh, it's so nice and cool, and I really like how Maisie's voice sounds. Ooh. TIC? Yeah. I recently, though, you want to know something funny? I got my dad into the Linkin Park recently. My dad, we were listening to rock music, and the new Linkin Park with the female singer came on, and like was on the screen. It was like, he was like, oh, that's Linkin Park. And I was like, yeah, that's the one with the new singer. She's like, and he's like, oh, I want to listen to it. I want to see how she sounds. And I put him onto it, and he loves it. He likes the new Linkin Park. So he got back into Linkin Park. which was cool. I also introduced my parents to the singer Benson Boone, and my mom was like, oh my gosh, I recognize all the songs, and also, Benson is awesome, stage presence is on point. Yes, the new album rocks, definitely. But yeah, Bad Omens and Electric Cowboy. I also heard of, I've listened to their albums, in pieces recently. I haven't listened to them in, full yet, so I'm trying to, go and, go through my back catalogs of music and try to go back and introduce myself to artists that I haven't listened to in a while. Because some artists, I haven't listened to them in years, and I haven't listened to any new works. So I'm like, oh, let me go and check on how they're doing, see if there's anything cool in their development. So I've been going back, checking on that, seeing if there's anything interesting going on. That's why I checked out Maisie Peterson, because I was like, I listened to her when she did a song with JP Saxe called Maybe Don't, and she did a cover of Stick Season, and I also saw that, but I hadn't seen any other thing from her, and so that's why I recently came back. I was like, well, I haven't seen her, and I saw the video for I Lost the Breakup, and I was like, I like this song. Let me check out the other ones. And then I listened to Psycho, Another Rock Star. I listened to Katie's Brother, and Good Enough, and it was Body Better, and all of them, and it was like, oh, it's so cool. But yeah, I've been listening to Benson Boone a lot as well, because I've just gone into his music. I love his stage presence. The dude has mastered that. I think that's really good. And I'm right now trying to get myself back into Lana Del Rey. To Omni-Man meme on repeat. Nah, that sometimes happens to me where I'll listen to a meme and then it's stuck in my head for a solid month. And I'm stuck with it. It just lives in the cavities of my brain. And I'm just like, shit, now I'm stuck. But yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, I am going back to listening to Lana Del Rey because I haven't listened to her in a while. And I'm planning on listening to Florence and the Machine because I haven't listened to them in so long. The last song I listened to them was Hunger from their album they put out back in 2020, I think. Wow, long ago. That's 5 years ago. Okay. But yeah, I recently caught up with a friend that I hadn't seen in 5 years as well. And how we know this is that some of my siblings, when she met them, one of them was an infant when she met them, and he's now running around the house and punching stuff and everything, and to the point where we're planning on putting him in a boxing camp. I was actually researching boxing camps and taekwondo camps for him to do over the summer. Perfect beverage. Yeah. But yeah, so we're planning on putting him in a boxing camp because that dude has a lot of energy. And he loves punching stuff. And so, yeah, she came over to our house today. Not today. Yesterday. And to say hi and hang out. And we were like, oh my gosh, we haven't talked in 5 years. And she hasn't talked to my brothers in a long time, too, because she only invites them to... She was like, man, I only invite you guys to my birthday parties. Florence and the Machine made a song for Final Fantasy game, and I think a cover of Stand By Me. I've gotta listen to that. The thing is, I love Florence and the Machine. I just haven't listened to them in a long time. She has like an ethereal voice. It's just so good. It's like very present. It's ambient and present at the same time. It's just wonderful. Like, she really gets that, like, Will-o'-the-Wisp vibe. But yeah, I'm planning on listening more of that. RTO I'm listening to as well. Death by Rami I've also been listening to, because I've been getting closer into their music. They're in the rock scene. And I've been trying to find some newer artists for the most part, because I always like to expand my repertoire of like different music. I found a couple of country singers. I forgot their name because it's like those bottle blonde country singers that talk about cheating. And I always love the genre of country where it's just women talking about cheating husbands and then not either subtly or explicitly murdering them over the course of the song. I don't know why that's my favorite genre, but that is my favorite genre of country. It's just come up in country, like, because I also love like songs like When It Rains It Pours by Lucas Combs. It's like stick it to the woman type thing, like you're getting back at your ex. Sweet Nothing with Calvin Harris was my first song from her. Yeah, she's good. I think the first one I listened to was Cosmic Love. But yeah, that mine is like comeuppance country mixed with like beachy Margaritaville country, but that's because I grew up with Margaritaville country. Beachy country. Like, if you're not on a sandy beach or on a pontoon boat with a Corona and a lime, and you got shades and you don't know what time it is, that is the genre that I grew up around. That is, that stuff is like so fun, and that I still remember my road trips down when I went down to the Keys. To be specific, Key West. I would go down to Key West, and all of that is just like Margaritaville Central. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's just like, it's so good. I miss Margaritaville. It's so nice. Jimmy Buffett is like a vibe. He was a vibe. I really hope there's more like people who do more like Margaritaville country, because I'm missing that genre a little bit. But yeah, I really love it. I love music. It's my favorite thing in the world. I'm drinking my soda. But yeah, I really love Margaritaville country, and yeah, like just like standing out by the coast with the salt, like with the with the with the grass like slicing your legs, like that's the type of country I grew up around, like really bluegrass. But yeah, I love that type of country. I really love, like, I've been wanting to go to like a music festival, and my dad knows I want to go to a music festival so badly. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna, like, whenever the next music festival comes to town, I'm gonna have your brothers take you to it. Because I've been wanting to go to an electro rock music festival. I've been wanting to do that And I haven't been able to because, my parents are very concerned about my sense of danger and my safety. So, of course, I don't end up doing it because I can't exactly do it. And so it sucks. It's sad. I want to do it, but I can't do it. And I want to have fun, but it happens. Going to Lord of the Rings music concert with the music from the movies, Hobbit included. Oh, that's cool. I'm not really... I do appreciate an orchestra. Hey, Sans, welcome! We're talking about music. But yeah, like, I appreciate a good orchestra. It's just, like, I'm one of those where, like, I want to be watching the movie while the orchestra's there. So, I'm more inclined to, like, a Broadway orchestra than anything else, to be honest, if I'm being quite serious. But, like, doing something like that would be so cool. Going to, like, an orchestra while they're playing, like, the series of the movies. It would be so cool. Just amazing. Just awesome. But yeah, so I've been listening to so many different artists. I've been just trying to get used to it. You think a raccoon is a nice little kitten, a bear is a big puppy, and a shark is an oversized goldfish. Personally, I think of raccoons as trash pandas. They're just red pandas that we just colloquially have decided that they don't have value for some weird reason. I've had friends that owned raccoons as pets. Not kidding. One of them was on the Discovery Channel because he owned so many. Not kidding. He owned like a bunch in his house, and he would set them free, like, to roam the streets, neutered. Yeah, like, raccoons are just awesome. But yeah, they have like human-like hands, which is weird for some people. But yeah, he would set them free, to roam the streets, neutered, and just they would go out and then they would come back to the house because they were like trained to come back to the house for like food. Speaking of musicals, Has Been Hotel and Hello Boss finally are joining forces. Yay. I'm so excited. I'm genuinely excited. And I've also been excited about that there's been like secret castings for like voice actors. So I'm excited for that. Angel Dust is getting a brother. Angel Dust's brother is going to be in the show as one of the main characters, which I'm excited about. And he's a spider. Which I was like, okay, that fits the vibe. Because, like, what the fuck is Angel Justice? Is he supposed to be a spider? Like, is that the family problem? Like, his brother looks more emo spider. And Angel Justice looks like could be a beetle, but also could be a spider. At the same time. Can't tell. Voiced by CG. But yeah. But I'm I'm so excited. I really am excited to see it. You met the voice actors? Yeah. I just I want to I'm excited to watch it. One of the things I've been thinking about is also probably doing a React series after reaching like membership status. Like it would most likely have to be like a members only like Twitch thing because I would like I if I'm gonna risk getting a DMCA like takedown, I rather it be like something like very easily hidden, But the pilot had Michael Kovich as Angel Dust voice. Yeah. Of course, Alistair's cool. He's Alistair. Alistair's my favorite. Alistair is my absolute favorite. I've been wanting to do a Charlester cosplay for a long time. Where, if you don't know what Charlester is, it's a mixture between Charlie and Alistair. Because I absolutely love Alistair's character design, but I resonate with both Charlie and Alistair in weird ways. Like, they're like, in a ways, they're like the same character, but different sides of the coin, if you get what I mean. They're like weirdly the same character. And just like one's very, very like bubbly, and the other one's like maniacally optimistic. But yeah, the Charlie cosplayer in front of me that met Charlie voice actor went apeshit after meeting her. Yeah. I like, oh my gosh. Like, it would be cool to meet Miss Hannigan. Like, oh my gosh, she like you guys know her from like Hazbin Hotel, but I've been watching her from Mean Girls. Like, she was on Mean Girls Broadway, and I was like, oh my gosh, she did like she wasn't my favorite character. Katie Heron wasn't my favorite. Singing wise, she wasn't my favorite. And that's nothing wrong with that. She's not a terrible singer in the slightest. I just when she did that show, I think the songs, in my opinion, for her were like less good. Janice Janice's character got better songs. And so I felt like she never had a real good time to shine, even though she played the lead. She played the lead. Like, her acting chops were good. Her acting chops were good, and her comedic timing was good. And her recovery. I remember she talked about this, where some, and I think people have forgotten, but I'm gonna be sadly bringing this up, is that she had a wardrobe malfunction on Beetlejuice, not Beetlejuice, on Mean Girls, because during one of the scenes, they rip a Halloween dress off her, and then it reveals like a silk top and like shorts, right? A really nice moment. But what happened one night is they rip off the dress, and because the shirt's made out of silk, she can't tell that the shirt has slipped down, showing the girls to the audience by accident. That happened. That happened one night. She recovered. She recovered very well. And the girl that was playing Gretchen, she like had a really good save and like took off her jacket and gave it to her, like in the good, in like a quick like, oh, let's fix it really quick type moment. But oh my gosh, like I would have been mortified. Like, just imagine that. Just like that happens. You have to, the show must go on. You can't react to it in the moment. You just have to be like, "Oh, that happened. Let's figure out how to make it as part of the show." That is like, the show must go on. But yeah, I love Broadway stories like that. It's just like the amount of like trying to outwit the audience so that way the audience doesn't notice. Luckily for her, the top was like a cream colored top, so maybe not everyone noticed. Hopefully. Hopefully. But yeah, that happened to her once on Mean Girls Broadway. Um and there's a lot of like stage mishaps that happen on Broadway. Even Alex Brightman had one where he got a concussion from the scissor lift. There's a toaster lift, where basically what happens is they'll spring the actor, like, and they'll bounce up and then land on the stage through a trapdoor. And because he was doing that repeatedly, night after night after night after night, his head developed a concussion from the sheer force of the whiplash his brain um exerted on his skull when he would jump up, that they had to actually replace that and have it be that he just climbs onto stage, like walks onto stage, like with the lights down. Like it was that bad. So, like the sheer of the show must go on type stuff that happens, like you'd be surprised. Um, I would love to meet Alex Brightman proper. He was Beetlejuice. He was awesome when I met him. He's cool. He's amazing. I spent 15 minutes with that dude. He is so kind. He's so sweet, so kind. Um, and he's just chill. I've been watching him since he was in the ensemble of Matilda. What you guys don't know is that fresh out of Juilliard, um, Alex Brightman, he used to go and he worked for the show Matilda. He played one of the older kids in the show. So if you don't know, in Matilda, there's a set of kids, actual kids, that play the younger kids, and then there's a set of adults that play the older kids. Alex Brightman played one of the older kids in the show, and he also had small parts here and there in the show, but that was his first thing straight out of Juilliard, and I'd been watching him since that because he did that on the American tour. Man, Fitzgerald had it worse. Yeah, he did. He was in the hospital for quite a while when that happened. But yeah, like I've been watching him since then, and that was like decades ago. Like I was in like mid oh, finishing middle school. Finishing middle school. Cuz like it was like 2012. 2012. So, yeah. Like middle of middle school, like about to finish when he started his career. And almost no one knows about it. But when I told him about that I had recognized him since that, his eyes lit up. His eyes lit up. I was like, you really worked hard to get your bag. Believe it or not, I don't know who I said this to, but an actor I mentioned showed art of something so obscure that I shocked them in the way of how did I know? I said, I am a narwhal. Hi. Welcome. Um, why is Stream Elements like all of a sudden coming into the chat? That is weird. Okay. I have it turned off, which is weirder. Are they just suddenly like showing up now? But yeah, I've been watching Alex Brightman for that long. A lot of these Broadway actors, especially a lot of the actors, you guys don't know that how they like started. It's like weird because I when you watch Broadway, you kind of get to see like who's going to be the next big star before they're a big star. And it's really cool to see it. Like, obviously, watching Alex Brightman go from ensemble member to playing Dewey in School of Rock to then playing Beetlejuice and then now playing Fizzaroli and a bunch of other voice acted positions is really cool. Like, it's amazing. But yeah, I'm just like, oh, it's so cool. I just I love finding new talent. Finding new talent is always so cool because you get to see where they go. I'm an actor and I've never tried to go to Broadway. Broadway is its own beast because you have to have a lot of talent to be on Broadway. You have to, one, be a very strong actor that's able to withstand anything. Two, you got to be a decent dancer, a really good dancer. Like, a lot of them, they'll train in ballet or in multiple different styles. They are ready. Obviously, singing chops help. Not every Broadway performer sings, though. Not all of them do, though they do train. A lot of them come out of like schools like Juilliard or stuff like that. And a lot of them, you can find them in Ellen's Diner. So there's a diner place that's on it's adjacent to Times Square. And Ellen's Diner, how it works is that they have a they only hire actors as the wait staff. And so so they'll have these actors and singers go and they will sing while they're serving you. But the whole thing is you're putting tips in their tip jar and they remind you, oh, you are funding them going to acting lessons, going to singing lessons, going to improve themselves. And they do this because they know that multiple people who have gone to Ellen's Diner and worked as waiters or waitresses there have become Broadway stars. So sometimes you can go to that diner and see someone who was serving you your burger. You're like very, very, I have to say the food sucks, but serving you a kind of tourist adjacent burger, and then next year see them in like as the lead in the next Broadway musical, which is so cool. Not an actor, but I did a zombie growl for a production and I had to drink honey lemon. I wish I could drink honey. Can't drink it. I'm allergic to honey. Can't do it anymore, unfortunately. It's not the honey itself. It's the fact I'm allergic to going outside, and because of that, anything where bees could get pollen from, I'm allergic to. So, as a byproduct, I'm not allergic to the substance, I'm allergic to whatever it's infused with, which is awkward. So, like, I am allergic to honey, but with an asterisk. So I'm like, I could eat it, but do I want to be in severe burning pain for a while? That's the question sometimes. But yeah, it happens. So for me, because I can't do that, what I do is I have these vocal techniques that I use. You can also, there's special ways to drink water, so it helps preserve your voice. Those of you who think gargling is disgusting don't know the vocal benefits of gargling your water. That helps. It helps fix your voice. And no one knows it. But every time anyone looks at you and you're gargling water, they're just like, look at you so disgusted. And I'm like, I'm preserving my voice. Should be not frowned upon. You know? Like, gargling water is good. But I digress, unfortunately. But yeah, basically, no one knows that gargling water helps. I also have these cough drops that are like anesthetics, but they're cherry areas anesthetics because I can't have honey, so I do the artificial cherry things. And then steaming your voice helps. Steaming your voice definitely helps. Some people buy humidifiers. Some people will just turn on a shower and just breathe. Um, and then you can also do it over soup. That helps. That helps, definitely. But yeah, but mostly training your voice to find a healthy placement. Recently, I played a song called I Lost a Late Goodbye by the Finnish band Poets of the Fall, who worked with Remedy Entertainment and Sam Lakeland creators and Max Payne, Alan Wake and Control. Oh, that's cool. That's fun. Though I I'm so excited for the Rocksmith series. I'm so excited for when I finally do the Rocksmith series for you guys, and I'm like, oh, I get to play it, and you guys have fun watching me like play my bass guitar. Though I'm trying to figure out how to rig it because I'm like, if I'm gonna play my bass guitar, might as well make it to where you guys can actually see what I'm playing, other than what's on my screen. Because like, if I can have my character, like my model, play guitar and play bass, that'd be amazing. So I'm trying to figure out how to rig that. But that is part of, also, that's part of the reason why I'm trying to fix the face model. We've done nothing for an hour. That's what happens. You know, this is why the first hour I always dedicated to talking, because then we tend to not go off topic as much when we are working on the thing. But yeah, we can get into it. So, what's the final consensus? Deathnote, Blue Exorcist, or Happy Wheels? I know we were in a dead tie, I think. So, what is it? Also, the music stopped playing. I don't know when it stopped, but it stopped playing. Um, so, what are we gonna do? Happy Wheels, Audrey Samurai, or Jacksepticeye. Yeah. We did most of the planning for that one, at least. So, most of it is kind of done. It's just, we just have to start writing the script for the most part. Because we came up with the main idea for the characters last time. What the traps look, the courses look like, what is it gonna look like, in terms of, like, the themes of the story and the stakes and everything like that. So, anybody else? Because I need people to vote. So that way we can have a general consensus. Because I'm closing the voting in 3 minutes. So. But yeah, so we did a lot of progress, at least, in terms of the planning. So, kind of like, so what we did with, like, the Stardew series, we finished a lot of that stuff. We finished all the planning that we did in the breakout board, and now it's just, okay, write the script, get everything done. We want I have an idea for what I want Jacksepticeye to be in this movie. I know because I'm writing the script in the hopes that maybe this is me, like, kind of manifesting, but hopefully one day I can do is, like, write the script. If someone loves it enough, like maybe Markiplier or one of these YouTubers, or even Jacksepticeye himself, they might want to, like, take me up on making this movie, which would be so cool. I would love to do that if I ever got a chance. It would be like, oh, I want that. I want to like do that, and then like have Jacksepticeye be one of the sports telecasters. Jacksepticeye would just like, he'd be rooting for Steve. Like, he's the only one that's like rooting for Steve. But yeah, our general characters were Florida Man, a drag queen, the old man in a wheelchair that basically is based off of Solid Snake, but if he was old, and the fat chick. Yeah, that's our main cast. They're all vibes. They're all based off of vibes. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to go with Happy Wheels, because no one else responded. So, yay! Happy Wheels won. So let me get it ready. Okay. This. Okay. This. And we're gonna do a screenplay and new. Save as. But yeah, I am Happy Wheels will have a Florida Man, because I want a Florida Man as a character. I want it for the fun of it. Alright. Let's see. See. Okay. Good. Put up the track. I want a body pillow of a 2008 Nissan Murano. Oh gosh. Alright, let me fix this screen. If CG doesn't get Florida Man, I'll take it. Okay, let me see. Okay, yeah, it's perfect. Okay, good. So, alright. How should we establish our leading man in the first scene? I've got it. Okay. My brain just shot to an image of a guy just getting impaled on spikes. So, yay. Interior. Actually, no. Exterior. We're gonna start with it being there. Okay. This race course. Race course. And then day. Group of eclectic looking racers racers. Speed down the race course. Course in on motor bikes, motorbikes, ATVs, motorbikes, ATVs, scooters, and rocket skates. I also want a body pillow of all 1,000 plus Pokemon. Personally, I just want a plushie of Mimikyu. And for those of you who don't know what Mimikyu is the Pokemon that looks like Pikachu. He dresses up as Pikachu, but that's because no one can look at his face because they die instantly if they look at his face. Like, he's basically Medusa. And so he just wants a friend, but he can't have friends because they all die. And I feel so sorry for them. You know? I feel so sorry for him, and I want him to be loved. And so, yeah, I want a Mimikyu. Let me fix this. Because I'm in the wrong category. There. Done. There you go. Now I'm in the right category. Yes. He's just a sweet boy. There's, you know, he doesn't mean to hurt people. He just wants, you know, love and attention, and he can't get it. And I want it. But yeah, I want to give him a big hug. That's my, like, he's one of the Pokemon I just want to have as, like, part of, if I was a Pokemon trainer, I would just get I would have a very cursed, like, batch of Pokemon. It would just be, I either feel sorry for it and I want to give it hugs, or two, I think it's so rad that it's deadly. You know what I mean? Like, something like that. Alright. Eclectic looking racer speed down a race course on motorbikes, ATVs, and rocket skates. The race course is littered with don't even ask, don't play pretend, with everything I need, but I gotta leave. Deadly obstacles. Obstacles. I didn't want to see you when you came home. Goals like, cause you always try to hurt me, and that's so low. Spikes. When I talk to you about hits. How can we work on ourselves when you weird. A child whose childhood was corrupted. I know. A lot of them have sad backstories, and I just want to give them hugs. You know what I mean? That's my thing. A lot of them are just sad. I just want to, you know, like, one of them, I think there's one of them that's a possessed doll, that it's a doll that's their owner stopped playing with them and basically left them to be alone, and so they became possessed by the spirit of the sadness that the doll felt, and then basically that's a Pokemon, and I just want to get that Pokemon so that way I could just make it happy. I just want to give it cuddles. That's my thing. I don't know, it's part of my trauma. I don't know. Like Spites, Kits. Same thing with Lucani or Lucario. Yeah. True. Razor, Saws. Saws, ramps, conveyor belts, conveyor belts, etc. Yeah. And I'm using childhood as a metaphor. Yeah. Literally, like, I'm just that, like, if I ever do a stream of Pokemon, I just would love to see how cursed my main Pokemon would be. Like, how cursed would they be? Like, they will all be cursed items, most likely, jokingly. Like, and also legitimately, like, they would most likely be cursed items. Unfortunately. That would just feel so bad. A group of eclectic looking racers speed down a race course on motorbikes, ATVs, scooters, and rocket skates. The race course is littered with deadly obstacles like spikes, pits, saws, ramps, conveyor belts. Her iconography. Are line the course. Yeah. A gentleman, a guy on wearing rocket skates. Guy wearing rocket skates. Weaves between the other racers.
I need a scarecrow after what you did. 'Cause all of the birds know that I'm almost dead. I'm barely breathing. I'm barely awake. You left me in pieces.
We need more people in this chat. I know. That's the hope one day. Because I wish there was more people in this chat, because then I just have a abundance of people that we can talk and talk about script, talk about anything while it's going on. And also a lot of people to feed ideas, because I like having a writer's room. I like having people who cooperate with me. And, like, we go and we come up with ideas together, because, you know, ideas don't exist in a vacuum. And so, but that will come with time. I know it, you know, for me, I know that if I'm in any rush to be like, oh yes, I need a ton of people to be here, you know, it's not gonna speed up, you know, the amount of people who are gonna show up. That's something that comes with time, and I know that's something that I have to be content with until, you know, I get somewhere. You know what I mean? But I am excited. I really hope one day we do have more people in the chat where we're just able to, like, talk, have a bunch of people throw stuff at me while I'm typing, and just, like, crack jokes and play pranks, throw stuff. I mean, fun stuff, but yeah, this is how the series is gonna be for a little bit. But it'll one day become a bright spot again. Sponsor iconography lines the chorus: a guy wearing rocket skates weaves between the other racers. A racer on an ATV. On a motorbike. Stop short. Stop quickly. Quickly. And does a wheelie. Does a front wheelie. The other racers stop as well. The other racers stop as well. The guy on wearing the rocket skate frustrated we moves around. The motorbike. Eyes widen. 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 The widen as the road as the flies off a cliff. Fly as he sail off a cliff. Off a cliff. He lands. He is impaled. He slams. I'm not different from the rest. Into a batch of spikes. Into a bunch of spikes. There you go. And then, so that basically the point of this cold open is to establish that this is what the race is in its most brutal part. Its most brutal way. And we're gonna have it zoom out to our main guy watching this on TV. With his brother. Like, something like that. Like, his brother's watching it on TV and he can't watch. You know what I mean? Something like that where he's like, I don't see the reason why you should be watching it. Something like that. But yeah. So, let's go into this. Here. Jeez, my computer is chugging. Not even doing anything. Not much is going on, dude. Needs to stop freaking out. That I have too many programs. That's what it is. This was one of them. Oh no, it freaked out. I'm sorry. Computer. It's angry. The computer's angry. I made it angry. Okay, now it's calming down. I was gonna say that. I was like, man, it's getting angry all of a sudden. But yeah, I was like, oh wow. But yeah, I'm right now checking how everybody's doing on all of these. I know. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm not even doing anything intensive. Like, and it's complaining. Okay, interior. Living room. Living room. Day. The what should his brother, what was his brother's name that I came up with? I can't feel for you, no. Tell me all your deepest secrets are no fun, and I always wanna know what's wrong. Hey, Alex. And I just wanna help. Will you let me in? Let's see. Help me, help you. Late 20s. Late 20s. Sits on the couch. The couch. Sits on the couch. Eating eating chicken wings. Yeah, I know. Eating chicken wings. I kind of want to establish that this is kind of like their Super Bowl. So like, you know how with like any big festivity or anything like that, there's almost like a lot of food related things. So like, for example, the Super Bowl is associated with like eating chicken wings, eating chips and salsa, eating things that like burgers and stuff like that. So I'm thinking like this has got to be the same thing. This has got to be like what you're expecting is like, oh, you got the chips, you got the salsa, you got the guys that are over watching this. You know, this is this world's Super Bowl. Sits on the couch eating chicken wings. And then, actually, the TV, a TV shows the mode, the rocket skate, guy impaled on the spikes with a sliding caption. With a sliding caption underneath it. it under McEvil. McEvil.
Suck me up, 'cause I really don't care. I'm falling,
Diesel McDeep. Diesel.
miss me when I'm gone.
Diesel McEvil. Has been eliminated. Eliminated. Sits in the couch. A platter of chicken wings, chips, salsa, and ribs. Chicken wings, chips, salsa, and ribs. We need to free the Pokemon from their prison of mean artists drawing them wrongly and rudely. I know. I love Pokemon. I love Pokemon. I suck at the game. But, like, because I get too distracted with side quests. That I never actually go to the gyms. And that's the common theme of every game I've ever played. Is that when I'm playing them for myself, I don't actually play the main quest. I never go to the gyms. I just stay out in the fields. Just going and catching as many Pokemon as I can find and feeling sorry for them. I fail the idea of Pokemon. Because I don't actually get to the end. No plot progression ever happens. Same thing with, like, Legend of Zelda. I can't get past a certain section. Like, for me, Ganon's a nuisance. Like, I just end up getting so captivated by doing all the side quests, and it's until I've run out of side quests in that region that I'm like, okay, fine, I will go and defeat the stupid Water Ganon and the Air Ganon and the Thunder Ganon so I can open up more side quests. Like, that's my whole prerogative. Same thing with Genshin Impact. I will complete every side quest before I finish that area. Because I don't, unless the side quests, like, canonically could exist after it happens, like, I literally will refuse to do anything other than all the side quests before I do the main story. I'm the side quester from hell. I'm just Luffy. Just fucking side questing till everybody loses the plot. You know? Like, he goes to find the One Piece, but, like, along the way gets so distracted with side quests. He still is on the mission to get the One Piece. But he gets so distracted by the other stuff going on that he never actually, like, he's still looking for it. One Piece is just the side quest from hell. A platter of chicken wings, chips, salsa, and ribs. Sits on the table. Coffee table. There. Platter of chicken wings, chips, and salsa. A 2 guys sit on another couch. Sit on another couch watching the TV. Okay. So we've established with this is that this is their version of the Super Bowl. It's deadly. It is a very commercial event. Very commercial event. And everybody is fine with watching people die. We've established in just these couple moments. So let's do this. So the next thing we gotta do is we need to have a dialogue between Alex and Steve. I don't think that Steve is like, oh, this shouldn't exist and so like that. Because it's kind of like someone saying, oh, football shouldn't exist. You know what I mean? It's like, people do get hurt, but like, because it's such a normal part of our society, it would be weird to take it away. If you get what I mean? So we need to have it be is that this is like one other thing that happens in society all the time. And because it's so normal, people don't bat an eye. People don't bat an eye about it. The only thing that I think Steve is like, why would you sign? It would be like, what's the point of this show? Like, why would you even sign up for this? You know, I think I think what's gotta happen is Alex is gonna be like, why don't you join us? And like Steve's in the kitchen, like cautiously trying to make make something for himself, like some food. And like he's trying to cautiously do that. Because we also have to establish that he has his family is like Murphy's Law hates them. Like, you know, the Murphy's Law show from like Disney XD, where it's basically the whole point is like the kids' families just exist with Murphy's Law. Yeah, I want that. But this is the most lucky guy that exists, right? The most unlucky guy. And so the luckiest lucky things have to happen while he's cooking, right? So like something has to happen where like we gotta first figure out what is he cooking that if you were to mess it up, it would still taste good or it would accidentally be good. You know what I mean? Or something like that. We have to figure out something like that. There has to be a dialogue between Alex and Steve where Steve is like, I can't see how you guys can watch this. You know, I don't understand why someone would sign up for this, you know? And it's kind of the audience's way, it's the way to, like, say it for the audience. Like, wouldn't you want, and then have Alex be like, dude, anyone would want to, like, live a life of not looking over their shoulder ever again. You know what I mean? Like, not having to worry about money ever again. You know? Like, anyone would want that. And sure, yes, you will die. You could die in the show, but the benefits outweigh the risks. You know, something like that. Something like that has to happen, where he has to talk about that. And, like, he's like, they have to be like, why don't you guys go, like, why don't you guys apply for the next one? You know? And probably what I'll do is I'll put, like, you know how in Survivor, every single time, like, there's an episode of Survivor, they have, like, oh, you can join Survivor too. And it's usually done at the season finale, or, like, they'll do it, like, at the end of an episode and be like, you can join our Survivor family too by applying right here to be a Survivor contestant. You know? They do it every single time. And so, like, that's part of the joke. If you get what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be, we're parodying that, in a sense. If you want to be part of the Happy Wheels competition, go and type this, go and email us at happywheels at yadayadatvstation.com. And you could be a contestant too, you know, something like that, similar to how it is on Survivor. And then what would happen is that it's kind of like that gives that parody of that type of concept. There has to be also another realm, we also have to have it be that this is similar to how Survivor works, where this race has to happen like every, I would say, season. So, like, how Survivor works is they'll have a season that goes, they'll have a fall season, a winter season, and then a like spring season, and then a summer season. And they just continuously do it like that, I think. I think that's what it is. I think it's either 2 or 4. I don't remember which, but I remember it's something like that. Where while they're filming the season of Survivor that they're filming, they're already airing the other season. And so it's just, once they finish one, the next one comes out. Once you finish that one comes out. And so that's the idea. So we've got to have like confessionals, like pre-show like confessionals where they're like, how do you feel about the race? Do you think you're gonna win? And then obviously they'll probably intercut that guy is like, oh, I've got this in the bag, and then intercut to the fact that he's impaled on spikes. Something like that, something disturbing like that. Um, just for the joke of it, right? So there's something like that has to happen. And then at some point, we have to do the refusal because we're doing a hero's journey, right? So if we're going to do a hero's journey, we've got to do something where he has the refusal. He's already refusing it, but we have to give him a good enough reason to why he would want to compete in the competition. Why would he all of a sudden want to compete in the competition, but it can't be he is going in he's going in for any like charitable story, right? There has to be something where like he refuses, but then like either his brother signs him up as like a joke, like I doubt you'll get picked, and he like does it on a dare. Like he's like, you're the luckiest person. I bet you can I bet you can get through the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like something like that. It has to be like a dare or something. Jokingly. Like some bet or dare. And then once that happens, then we go into, okay, let's go and do the training montage of, oh, let's do a training montage of them getting ready for the race. Something like that. Where, like, he doesn't take it seriously because he's like, I'm gonna bail out the minute that I do that. But then when he's actually in it, he's like, oh shit, you can't really bail out mid competition unless you really are hell bent on getting hurt. So you're just like in a bad situation. Something like that has to happen. But yeah, we have to figure something out there. Something has to happen. It has to be like a dare or a bet or something where they get him to do it. Right? It has to be something like that. Because it can't just be like, oh, you do it and it works and everything like that. It can't be hunky dory. It just has to be like, okay, we're doing this. And then they go into it, they go and do this and everything. Okay. What should it be? Maybe a poker bet. Something like that. It has to be that, like, if you do this and that, if you lose, you gotta sign up for this, right? To win the bet. But now I got a question. What are the brothers' intentions? I feel the brothers' intentions shouldn't be like malicious, right? I think that the joke is that he doesn't want to admit, Hey, random person. Welcome. I'm just we're writing the Happy Wheels movie right now. So I'm trying to come up with how should we go and have them convince the character to sign up for the competition. I feel it should be a dare or some bet that he lost, right? But I'm trying to figure out what are the motivations behind his brother doing this? And two, why, knowing the motivations, are they malevolent or are they actually, I actually think you're going, like, I actually think you could win? I feel like it should be that he actually thinks he could win. Like, everybody thinks that, like, it's gonna expect, oh yeah, you sign up your brother, you dare your brother to do this, and you, like, and knowing that he could die, right? But he knows his brother is like super super lucky unlucky. So like he has very extreme luck. So I feel like something like that should happen where like it's gotta be something. Hmm. Maybe it's gotta be something where it wouldn't make sense. They wouldn't if he's super lucky unlucky. He wouldn't do anything where it would be a game of chance. Because games of chance, you could mess it up and it won't work. It has to be something where it's like a game of skill. You know what I mean? It has to be a game of skill. Maybe Uno. Just for the joke. Just for the joke of that, Uno might work because it's not a chance based game. It's more of a skill based. You have to know what would be the best strategy to remove your cards, to get rid of your cards. And two, it would make the also if he were to do is like Uno reverse him, that would be like so funny. Like just for the meme. Like he loses the bet to an Uno reverse. You know, something like that. But yeah, trying to figure out. So it's got to be it'll be an Uno game. He loses the game. And what would be cool is if he is good at Uno, but he loses it this time. This is one of the first times he ever plays it that he like really loses. And so something like that happens. The brother thinks it's scripted. He thinks his brother is entertaining enough for the people to keep in the new episodes. True. That could be a way. And it could rationalize the brutality of it. Because you're watching people die on screen. Die on screen and stuff like that. And the prize is like, yeah, but it can't be that, like, because the thing is, this is a reality show. So there can be parts that are probably scripted. And basically, on top of that, we can also, because the prize is that they will basically give you so much money that you don't have to worry about ever like lifting a finger ever again. Right? That's the prize. The prize money is that they pay you for the rest of your life. Right? But knowing most people will die and so many people tune in because this is like their Super Bowl. So some parts got to be scripted. Definitely. But yeah, definitely, I do like that idea that the brother thinks it's scripted. And I agree that the brother would be entertaining enough because if you have the most unlucky lucky person like causes a 5 mile pile up, but is the only one that's able to get to the end. You know what I mean? But he gets hurt doing that. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Something stupid. But yeah. So yeah, let's type down the ideas that we've already come up with so far. We want the survivor, like if you want to be a survivor contestant, please sign up at this send us an email at this email here, Go to our survivor website and fill out the form, the thing you see every episode of Survivor. So let's put this as an idea. The Survivor for sign up commercial after every episode. There we go. Steve loses a game of Uno to Alex and his friends. Oh, thank you, SiriBot. But yeah, he loses the game of Uno to Alex and his friends. Alex forces Steve to apply for the show. Apply for the show. Hey, what's another thing that we said that should happen? Okay. So we have that. What else? So Survivor sign up commercial. Steve loses the game of Uno, loses to an Uno reverse. Alex forces Steve to apply for the show. Alex thinks Steve to win it. Win it. And that it's probably mostly scripted. Mostly scripted. All right. So Survivor sign up commercial. Steve loses a game of Uno. Loses the universe. Alex forces Steve to apply for the show. Alex thinks Steve could win, and that it's probably mostly scripted. Probably mostly scripted. What's another thing I can parody from like what's another thing I can parody? Ooh, oh ho ho ho. I just came up with something. Okay. You remember, okay, did you guys watch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Probably did. Everybody remembers that. But you remember the scene where it's showing how all the kids got the golden ticket, right? Like all the kids that got the golden ticket, and it's just showing like their perspectives compared to Charlie Bucket's, right? Of them getting it, and it's just like a quick introduction to all the characters. I think that we should do something very similar here. Very similar, introduces all the characters, and then we're basically kind of like joking about it being the golden ticket in a way. It's kind of like a soft homage to like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and like Gene Wilder. So yeah. Um Charlie in Charlie um and the Chocolate Factory. Scene spoof. Scene spoof. That introduces the main contestants. Introduces the main contestants. And them applying. Yeah, because we could see Bobby, the Florida man. Bobby the Florida man is like with his gator and his raccoon. Reginald and Ferguson. Reginald and Ferguson. He has a emotional support gator. And a pet raccoon. And that he has with him. And he's like stroking, he has the pet gator on his lap. I feel that's what's going on for Bobby. He has the emotional support gator is like laying on his lap, and then he has like the raccoon like on his shoulder, like a woodland like squirrel on a Disney princess's shoulder, and it's like, yeah, we can use that, something like that, something weird and crazy. Um, for like the drag queen, I could see drag queen's gotta have that like bills are running low. Um, not running low. The bills are high, and they're just trying to keep the um they're trying to keep the bar open, right? One of them should have a Walter White motive. True. Well, I already kind of have that for the character of the engorged woman. Because the engorged woman, hers is that she wants to support her family. She wants to support her family, and she's a single mom doing her best. She works 2 jobs and never stops. The Dolly Parton meme. I'm sorry. Uh, she's the engorged woman. Um, her, I feel, yes, she would have the Walter White motive. Take care of the family. Um, the drag queen makes sense to be like, I want to take care of my found family. Right? The drag queen he wants to take care of the found family and take care of the bar, and because the bills are high, and they just went through something, right? They just went through something. I think that could be what's going on with the drag queen. Um and then for the army man, he's just, I want to die. This is his way of being like, he's like, I just want to die and just get it over with. You know what I mean? Like, and he just sees this as an opportunity, is like, well, I'll either have enough money, I'll have money, or two, I'll get this over with, right? Something happened. Like, he wants to do it in the most publicized way, I feel, for him, because he's angry at society. And so do it in a way that is angry towards society, which would make sense for his character. Um, for his character, I do, just for the jokes. I think his name, his vibe is modeled off. He's basically, his whole thing is like a solid snake if you basically made him wheelchair bound, and and like took away his will to live at this point, because he's just been through too much shit. Um, but we can have it be the joke that his name is like Colonel Dan, something like that. Just the joke, because then that is a spoof of of um Forrest Gump. It's a spoof of Forrest Gump as like the hilarious thing. So it's kind of like we're spoofing different things. That's the idea. We're trying to make it we're trying to take multiple inspirations to spoof this entire thing. So yeah, drag queen, okay. Drag queen needs money needs money for the drag bar. Bobby the Florida man. Bobby the Florida man. Florida man. Bobby the Florida man. Wants to do it because it's fun. Seems fun. Fun. And then we'll figure out the monetary reason later. The engorged woman. Engorged woman. The engorged woman needs the money. Is a single mom. Mom who works 2 jobs. Two jobs. And has kid, works 2 jobs, and needs the money to support her kids. Needs the money to support her kids. Okay, drag queen needs the money for the drag bar. Bobby, Florida man, Orange woman. Colonel Dan. No, Dan. Wheelchair guy. AKA wheelchair guy. Wheelchair guy wants to die and prove a point. Die and prove a point. Okay. So basically, that basically goes over their motivations. We'll figure out Bobby's, like, because the whole point of each character is that we're gonna lean hard into the stereotype first and then peel that back. We're gonna peel it back so that way we have our first expectations of what we expect from them, what the audience is supposed to understand about them, and then subvert those expectations. Basically, we're gonna support those. We're gonna basically subvert those expectations of what we think they are. But yeah. Am I forgetting anybody? Okay. We need to introduce the announcers as well. And also I'm debating upon, do we want to do the training montage now? Because it would make sense if Steve is hesitant, he would do a training montage because he knows what to expect going in. Like, he's seen the show, so he's like, well, I'm not dying on the first thing, you know. Or possibly we could save it for after the first course. We save it for after the first course or something like that. I feel that Alex has to be the person that's in his ear. He's the oracle. He is the man in the chair, if you get what I mean. And he's talking with Steve. That way we're able to have a continuous line of dialogue between him and Steve. And so we can have Steve's feelings of what he's thinking. Alex needs to be ground control during race. That way we can ensure, because we can't go and write thoughts. Thoughts don't show up well on screen. The best we're gonna do in terms of thoughts, if we were to do it, is voiceover. And film voiceover, you don't want to really do voiceover unless there's a really good reason. Unless there's a really definite good reason, you don't want to do voiceover because it's very frowned upon and it's basically telling instead of showing. So we want to do something like that. But yeah. But, Also, the other thing is that I'm thinking of for the Charlie and Chocolate Factory thing is that whatever the solution is, Steve has to be able to fix it. Or they have to mutually be able to fix it. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be something where they could fix it and make it better. Right? So they're able to solve the problem, just not in the way they thought they were going to solve the problem. And it'll have a character arc. Also, we want the drag queen and Bobby to have a really good romantic connection. We gotta work on that. Alex needs to be ground control during race. Announcers. No, sports telecasters. All right. So for the sports telecasters, we kind of have to go into playing all the base tropes of all of like the sports telecasters that exist, like all of the stereotypes of the ones that exist. You have the ones that are like overly excited and everything is going great and wow, everything is cool. And then you have the ones that are like, oh, I bring it to you back, Jeff. You know, and they're basically trying to crack jokes about what's going on. And that like reminds me of like the Wipeout and stuff like that. And then you have the one that is like trying to be serious, and actually it's like trying to report, like if they're a reporter on the news, and it's just like, yeah, it's a hard thing. You know, you're doing your thing and everything like that. Like the serious one. There's a serious one. I feel like there has to be something where Bobby's motivation could be he wants to build a park with dangerous animals and cryptids. True. True. But how do we subvert that? Because the thing is that whatever his motivation is, it has to sound surface level, that it sounds like something you would expect from a Florida man. And then, don't get me wrong, that does sound like something a Florida man would do. But there has to be some way to subvert it where he does that, and then also he has each one of the contestants has to solve the other one's problem, basically. They all gotta solve each other's problems without knowing it. Right? Bobby's gotta fix drag queen. Drag queen's gotta fix either Bobby or Colonel, and Gorge Woman we know is gonna get fixed by Steve. Her situation's gonna be fixed by Steve. So what's the angle? I can see an angle. What we can do is we'll go with the idea of he wants to build like a Gatorland, right? He wants to build a Gatorland. But what he could do is that the drag queen has to be okay with losing the bar. But Bobby will merge his idea with the drag queen's idea to create something where it's like a park, but like it's just like you have all the keepers are in drag, but then you have like weird and dangerous animals. Like think Steve Irwin. But if we were going for like Jane of the Jungle, you know what I mean? Something like that. Like we could do something like that where it's like something similar. There's there's an attraction to like it's so out there that it's still true to the idea of Florida Man and still true to the idea of the dramatic flair and campiness of the drag queen, but it's a solution that is so real world based. Because we could say that the drag queen, he's like, you don't need to, the bar doesn't need to be there. It could be here. Right? The bar is not the place, it's the people that are inside it. You know what I mean? So I think something like that. And they can do like drag brunches and stuff like that. So yeah, I think we'll go with that. We'll go with he's building a Gatorland. Let's do that. Because he wants to build a Gatorland. A Gatorland. Yeah, we'll do that. somewhere where he is accepted. So yeah. Um, okay, so Alex needs to be ground control. Colonel Dan, he wants to die and prove it to prove a point. Okay. During race. Let's see. We know how the race is gonna be. They're probably going to interview all of them beforehand. They're going to interview them probably all of them beforehand. There has to be a moment where he's sizing up his competition. Where Steve is like, okay, who am I working with? And he's looking at them getting, like, on the TV of them getting interviewed and being like, what the hell? While he's like looking at them on their vehicles that they've chosen. So he's like, I don't know what's going on here. Something like that. Right? I feel something like that. That way we can kind of get more background story. And it would make sense for a competition like this where they would most likely do a pre-interview, not a post-interview, because, you know, your subject might die before you're able to get to them. You know? So, let me see. Checking to see the other one. Let's check the other stream. Yeah, okay. This is doing good. Vertical's doing good. Horizontal's doing good. Cool. Then let me check on the Twitch side. I had to check on you guys once in a while just to see if there's anything crazy going on. Like, if I, like, forgot something or something got, like, put on here or anything like that. Okay. So, let's see. And then sports telecasters. So we're gonna do sports telecaster. Energetic, hype, serious, type, serious type, um, researcher. There's always that researcher type. That's like, oh, let's tell you this guy's life story. Joke. Jokester type. And then, okay. I think you forgot about the lady who needs money for her kids. Yeah. Engorged woman. Right here. I put her here. She will get fixed. For her, she is going to be the top of the competition. But Steve, I want there to be a win-lose end. Steve wins the competition but doesn't like how he won. And so he gives the money to the engorged woman. He gives the cash prize. He gives the prize to the gorged woman. because he would rather go and have her take the money and use it the way she needs it rather than he use it on himself selfishly because he feels like he put her in the way of danger. And she's forever going to be injured from the catastrophic accident that he created that took her out of the competition. So, that's what I think. What should Jacksepticeye's character be like? I feel his character definitely has to be one where no one takes him seriously. No one takes him seriously at all. No one takes him seriously. They are just like he's kind of like I feel like he's like the celebrity pick. You get what I mean? Like no one's actually caring what they have to say. They're just like, "Yeah, Jeff, that's a great answer. Okay, let's get back to the other stuff." You know what I mean? Like I feel that there has to be a celebrity pick as well. I just don't know if Jacksepticeye would fit the celebrity pick. I feel if there's a character that would be perfect, maybe Jokester. I feel that like someone that's joking all the time, that's someone with hidden sadness and hidden seriousness. And I feel that he's someone that cracks jokes because he's uncomfortable, obviously. But when he actually is actively rooting for Steve, no one takes him seriously. I think Jacksepticeye would fit the jokester type, possibly. Because I feel that if you have a jokester that everybody's expecting to crack a joke, but he's actually being serious, it would be something genuine. And then we basically have to do something where we're subverting everything. Everything has to be a subversion of some sort. Because since this whole story is an idea of we're playing into stereotypes to then go and subvert them, and also going and talking about how society views people and how reality shows morphs the image of what we and perception of what we think of people. I think that it's very important that we need to come up with arcs for everybody. So I feel Jacksepticeye fits Jokester. He'll be serious, but no one takes him seriously. Researcher. I feel that the researcher, he's I feel that he's coming up with all this information, right? And he's trying to present it in a way that is going to be engaging to the audience, but he secretly wants to do this because he wants to remind people that these people have families and they have lives that they're going back to. And that's his motive. He knows that if he was actually serious, no one would care what he had to say. That's what I think he feels. And so he's there just to remind them that these people are human. I feel the serious type. I think that for the serious type, I feel like he should like secretly enjoy it. You know what I mean? he like secretly enjoys watching this. Like he he he's only like doesn't like the craziness of what's inside of his Telecaster booth with his co Telecasters. So he'll rein them in when they're getting a little, oh my gosh, you're going into a story again and stuff like that. I feel like he should rein himself in, them in, but he is very, very intense. And everybody is like, oh, he's so serious and stuff like that, and so stern, and he's just trying to keep him in order, but actually he's just wants to get back to watching the bloodshed. Um, and then for the energetic type, I feel that they're just trying to keep themselves going. You know, something I need to figure out that one. That one's like, because it shouldn't be he's enjoying it. I feel that the energetic type, I feel like someone paid him a lot of money. And he's really good at being like high energy and high strung. I feel something like that should be happening. And he's getting a lot of money to like, oh yeah, let's get excited, you know. And then obviously the celebrity's there. I feel like the celebrity should feel like one of two subversions have to happen. Either the celebrity has to feel very, very stuck up, but then be genuinely down to earth. Or two, feels super, super humble, and I'm so sorry that this happened to you, but is like secretly mean. You know what I mean? Something like that. Something where we're expecting it. Or or even that they're secretly relating to how these people feel about the pressure of being on camera and being fake for the camera. I think that's more correct. They relate with, yeah, so it has to be feels stuck up but is down to earth. I think that's what it's got to be. Okay. Telecasters. Lay down to earth. Jeez, why are you chugging this hard? Secretly down to earth. Down to earth. And relates with the contestants. Relates with the contestants. Jokesters type. Um, Seriously. Okay. Like chugging. Jeez. I cleaned out your fan. Why are you like this? Oh, now you calm down. He's safe. There. Okay. Just in case if it pulls something. Okay. Then we got the sports telecaster and energetic type. Ate a lot of money. Of money to keep smiling. Reins everybody in. But because he secretly likes to watch the bloodbath. Researcher type. Secretly trying to remind everyone that these contestants have families. Have families. Yep. All right. Let's see. Checking on everybody again. Let's check on vertical. You guys are doing good over here. But yeah. I think this is a good place to leave it off, though. I think because I have to leave for my event. So I'm gonna leave this where it is. While it doesn't seem like we did much, this is actually bulk plot progression for the most part. We've basically scripted the first act for the most part. We scripted the first act for the most part in terms of what main plot points that we need to do, what are important things that need to happen. I will drink water. I'll hydrate. Okay, I'm gonna drink my soda. But yeah. So we are going to have the viewers' choice vote next week. If I remember correctly, it's between it's Hollow Knight, I think Undertale, and then we were still choosing the last one between like Poppy's Playtime and me side and like out of sight. Um, we were still choosing that. It was something like that. I'll have the finalized list for you guys, so you guys will get to see it and choose it and figure it out. Which one you want me to do, which will be fun. I'm excited. Uh, and then I'm excited to film everything for you guys, so you guys will hopefully get to see everything. I'm going to show you pictures of it and video footage of the event, the thing I'm going to. So you guys will get to see. I'm going to drink around the world and you guys are going to have fun. And then soon, hopefully, you guys will finally get to see the animations I've been working on for you guys, which I'm excited for that. And the new model that I've been working on. But I'm going to let you guys go. Have a wonderful night.